I'm Chosen Architect, and this is all the mods 10 to the sky. Oh man, feels good to be back in another modded adventure. This one, well, we are in all the mods 10, but it's the Skyblock version. And to be able to get started, just like it says, we have to type /Skyblock and then GUI. Perfect. And once we do this, we can then select our teams. Now, from this menu, we have a couple of starter islands. Our first island is Simple Life. It's pretty nice, Got some crops and stuff. Then we have the Witch Cottage, which is pretty open, fairly flat, and a lot of dirt. The default island, which is just screams basic Skyblock. And then we have the Sanguine Sanctuary, which is very, very large and a lot of already pre-built like structure. It's a lot going on there. Then we have Steve's Staycation. Steve's Staycation looks really, really nice. Lots of flat areas so you can build your own, and is also built on the same as the prior, like the same island layout as the prior. And then we have Piggy, which honestly is absolutely adorable. I love it so much. And then we have the classic Sky Factory, where you just start on a single block of dirt and you just have a single tree. Now, honestly, out of all of these that I looked at, I love Piggy. It's definitely number 2 on my starting island list. I did try it out. It's just a lot of pink, and I don't think I can handle all of that pink so early on. So I was thinking Steve's Staycation is the perfect balance of just enough space to get started and plenty of area to sort of expand, while also allowing you to be able to build your own stuff. And I think this one is going to be the one we choose. So without further ado, let's get this party started. All we've got to do is name it and hit create. And here we are inside of our little trailer. There's even a ceiling fan in here. This is a rather large trailer, right? This place is huge. So we have a bed already. Oh my goodness, we have the cabin, the driver's seat. Oh man, there's so many mods to explore. There's a garage door, a path that leads down, a little picnic area. This is great, and plenty of space to get started. Oh, and it's even using some of my favorite blocks here. Yeah, I love the factory blocks. They're great. So this place is kind of nice. We have ourselves some lanterns. I mean, that's looking really good. And there's a massive area down here. Look at all the sea pickles that are down here too. Okay, very interesting. Lots and lots of space. I mean, this is great because like eventually if we get into occultism and many other mods that are in here, like having a bit of predetermined space is going to be very, very helpful. Oh, this is quite nice. Quite nice starting island, if I should say so myself, for a skyblock. And speaking of skyblocks, there is one thing we have to do when we test out our first skyblock world. We've got to jump off. We've just got to make sure, do we die? And I'm going to say, no, we do not, which is perfect. Oh, wait. Now, by the way, if you enjoy videos like these, be sure to, of course, click that subscribe button and also check out the Discord. Link down in the description below, or you can go to discord.gg/ChosenArchitect and join the crew today. I look forward to seeing you, and let's get on with the video. Well, I mean, we did die, but at least we died on the island. That's a bonus. But it also lets me know what kind of grave mod do we have. Oh, you just simply right-click the grave. That's nice. And then to get rid of this means we need to check our map. Okay, we have FTB maps. That is kind of nice. And we can just click remove to be able to remove those, or there's actually a button to remove all on the left-hand side. Just from that already, we have chickens that have spawned up here. This is perfect. I can already tell I am going to love this space, and there's so much space here to be able to build in the future. And it also allows us to have this nice little basement that's underneath. Oh, I'm excited for this. So now the question I always get, that's always asked, what is this mod pack about and what makes it special? Well, let's just say, did you enjoy all the mods 10? Well, if you did, you might like this. There is a different assortment of mods, which is always pretty fun to dive into. And it's just a different format. It is all the mods, but we are in a skyblock, and skyblocks just have, I don't know, they just have a different flavor to them. You don't go exploring a whole lot throughout the overworld. You typically focus on the progression more and getting towards the end game. But that doesn't mean there's not anything to explore. There probably still is. We just haven't gotten there yet. But I do really enjoy the progression that is Skyblocks also. This is so nice. Yeah, it just takes you right down to the bottom. Oh, what another nice way to get down there. Oh, I also noticed that there's a lava lamp in here. Okay, so now that we've got that out of the way, right? We can go ahead and sleep our first night and get that over with. And we needed to dive into that progression that I was talking about. So I have my quest book here. I have it set to a keybind. I usually assign it to Z, but you can always find it up in the top left. And here we go. Okay, so first things first, we get a little XP. It says, welcome to All the Mods 10, now in the sky again. And yes, All the Mods 10 to the Sky is a kitchen sink pack that allows you to explore a variety of different mods in your own way, which I really like. However, it says in your own way, but there is a lot of differences in this pack compared to base All the Mods 10. And to me, this is going to provide some challenges that are going to be a little bit different. Like, right? We're going to have to progress differently as we continue on through this. But already off the bat, we have ourselves a tree, some saplings. And can we twerk grow? Oh, yes, we can. Welcome to a Skyblock. Oh, this is so nice. And Ex Nihilo is actually our starting mod. So jumping into the first chapter, this is where we start to see how everything is going to unravel. It is your normal Ex Nihilo, which is pretty normal for this mod, but it is Ex Decorum, not exactly Ex Nihilo. There's some really neat stuff that we get to do with this, and the ability to automate it is really fun. But as per normal, we have Vein Miner, which is the grave key right underneath the escape key, as per normal with mod packs like these. And then twerk is just simply to shift to grow. So you got to hit shift quite a bit to get your saplings up and running. And usually I like to set up my saplings like this to get a nice jump start. And it allows you to still access all of the logs. Oh man, and you get so much wood so much quicker. Now let's see, we have a crafting table, but do we have a crafting table on a stick? Okay, we do have crafting table on a stick, and that means we can set a keybind. And this can go inside the crafting table on a stick slot. Now, I did find this a little confusing when I was setting the keybinds, but open crafting on a stick is the one you're looking for, but it doesn't actually say that it is from that very specific mod. So yeah, it's not the one from Actual Editions, which is also in here. You could also use that one. It's this one, just in your inventory section. Perfect. With that sorted, I can now hit F and I can open up my crafting table without placing it on the ground. Now by using @EX, I can see everything in JEI from the Ex Decorum mod, and I'm gonna need to use this quite a lot because everything in here we are probably going to take advantage of. So I'm definitely gonna need a oak sieve. These are all things that I'm going to have to break down individual components for. We're also going to need some barrels and even some crucibles. And also while that's happening, it's time to make a crook and get the crook started. The crook, when we actually use this on the leaves, it's going to give us some silkworms, or there's at least a chance to give us silkworms. Oh boy, this is quite the tree to try this on. Okay, maybe it's not giving us silkworms. It should give us silkworms eventually. Also, by the way, in the quest, it just gives us a crafting table in the stick. I always miss the quest because I kind of know these mods. Oh, it is nice we get a little bit of food. They kind of are a little generous here. I mean, but it's just so easy to craft a crafting table on the stick. I mean, there's a lot of rewards that we could use getting started, by the way. There's even a head start button here, which automatically jumps you into having a lava bucket with some ice so you can make a cobblestone generator, cactus, wheat, and some seeds. Like, kind of jump starting, and there's even an emergency sapling button. So, I mean, another perk to being on a sky island. Goodbye. Let me interject here real quick. I have an important question for you. You can leave it down in the comments below, of course. What is your favorite mod? And what's your least favorite mod? See, I get asked this all the time. It's interesting, right? When the roles are reversed. I mean, eventually we should get some silkworms. There we go. Okay, perfect. We got ourselves some silkworms. It just took about a hot minute. And so while I'm crafting up some of that stuff, I'll just place a couple of these silkworms on the trees. That's going to start to spread, turn this entire thing white, and it's going to grant us with some string, you know, classic Ex Nihilo style early start. So now I have the basics. We have ourselves a sieve, we have an oak barrel, and a couple of crucibles. This is probably how we're going to get our first, well, this is how definitely we are going to get our first bit of water. If we weren't on this island, which already has some water. Now the tree is almost done, but it is telling us to be able to get our first stone. It says by holding shift and right click while you're looking at the top of a grass block, it'll give you pebbles. Pebbles for stone, deep slate, andesite, granite, okay, diorite, okay, all of the things. So I'm guessing we hold down right click. And while we have an empty hand, it just generates all these pebbles. And does like a clicker work? Oh, of course it does. If you haven't already figured out macroing, I mean, definitely do it. It'll save you the carpal tunnel. So now let's see. Can we use Shift and K or just hit K? Yeah, it does compress it all up, which is very, very nice. So we're able to definitely hit K on these to get them all compressed. Look at that. And looky there, just in time for some string. Very nice. Okay. So yeah, so we also get more silkworms back from this, but we are going to need all of this string we can get. After getting some string, let's make ourselves some meshes. Meshes are going to go in here, and then we get to start breaking down our cobblestone finally. Do we get anything extra? Oh, nice. We get a few more sieves, which is perfect because the more sieves you have, well, the more you can actually do all at once. Oh yeah, and what are we doing exactly? I almost forgot to say. We're going to be crushing down our cobble, and then, well, after we do that, we are going to have to sieve. Yeah, as this says. Now, some tips, by the way, that help accelerate this a little bit and make it a whole lot faster. You can technically make several more stone hammers. Also, can we repair this directly? We can. That's great. So making a compressed version of this allows us to compress our cobble, so that way we can have it like in this form, and you can actually break it down that way, which is a lot faster. You just need about 9 of these stone hammers. So there we go. So I just basically hit U to see what the item is used for. And yeah, we're ready to go. So let's compress some of this down. Let's see. We'll take this. I have 5 of them for right now. And that's 5 blocks that I can just do this on. And look at that. It turns into compressed gravel. I was actually expecting it to just burst into a bunch of different items. Now that's interesting, but you can't sieve this compressed gravel. No, you still have to break it down into normal gravel. But notice the more of these sieves you have, the more gravel you can actually process at once. So you know what this means? Time to get efficient. And I think this can go up to a max of a 5x5 if I'm not mistaken, right? Yeah, this will go all the way out here. I mean, it may go larger than that, but even if it did go larger than that, I don't even think I want to go that big because items start to spill out everywhere. And I really do think that it is best to maximize maybe a 3x3. The 5x5 is a little overkill because it's going to get really expensive once I start needing to upgrade our meshes, but that's getting ahead of ourselves. I've got more of this to get done. Now, interesting, it did just start raining and all of these crucibles will start filling up with water. Yeah, if it does start raining, but it is nighttime. I can go ahead and sleep. I want things to kind of actually fill up. I wouldn't mind that. The good news is, like, we are getting water, but I mean, if you wanted to actually get water, I mean, you just put leaves inside the crucible and it just produces water. And to be able to get leaves, that's actually quite simple as well. We just make some flint shears and this should let us kind of get started here, right? Just got to get some leaves just like this. Also, these are, yeah, this is from Pickle Tweaks. I was going to see maybe we can turn it into silent gears, but doesn't seem like we can. Just remember, if you do it this way, you don't actually get saplings to drop. So something to kind of keep in mind. Look at that. We can just repair it on the fly. It's so nice. And the quest does give you quite a bit more flint. If you really wanted flint, though, you could just use a shovel and just basically some gravel. And you get the gravel back with a chance of getting the flint via a cutting board, which you actually, I think, have one inside of our trailer. Yeah, you just basically do this with a shovel and it uses up the durability to produce the flint. Now I am looking ahead a little bit and it does show us the easy way to get clay, right? We could just put water inside of this to be able to get the clay. That's super easy. But to get porcelain, we are going to need bone meal. And as much as I love having the water that generates from the leaves, much like this, and we also have water over here, we don't have a bucket to really transport it just yet. But if we use a composter, this should be quite easy for us to get bone meal from. We just simply need to right click our leaves and this will grant us enough bone meal. I hope enough bone meal to allow us to get ourselves a bucket. We still have to get that clay though. Oh, and by the way, the big hammer doesn't work on the non-compressed versions of the block. Interesting. But we can get there. So we need to get some dust, which that breaks down into dust. And if we have a full bucket from the rain, this will actually work and we click it to get there. But believe it or not, you can actually click this into the oak crucible as well. I mean, or at least you should be able to. And there we go. This is going to be everything we need to make ourselves our first bucket so we can actually start moving liquids around. Oh, it's going to be so much easier. Combining that just like a normal bucket, and then we got to make a furnace and get this thing cooked. So bucket in, throw in something burnable, and we're ready to rock and roll. Oh, and they even give you extra porcelain. Very nice. We're going to need that for a crucible, right? Yeah. Well, by the way, just to make sure, can I click on here? Oh, wow. You can't actually click dust into this crucible. I was completely wrong there. I totally remember that being a thing in other packs. Maybe just not this one. I mean, yeah, I mean, how would you get water into here normally then? Huh. Well, I guess thank goodness it rained, because otherwise that was not going to, yeah. Now we have ourselves a bucket, and it is fired and ready to go. And we can actually make ourselves a crucible, and we can go ahead and get this fired up. So this is going to be our first step towards, well, making ourselves lava. However, we are going to need to get a piece of iron, because it does show in the quest book, or at least if I'm reading this correctly, that we're going to use the netherrack that is given to us to be able to actually produce this. And that means flint and steel. When I compress an ore chunk, it gives us the actual iron ore. This is going to be very interesting. As of right now, I could break this and get a single ore chunk, but honestly, it just makes more sense just to smelt it down into a single ingot for right now. Yeah, that's going to be just fine. And the ore chunks have no other use, well, than just being simply compressed. And after getting our crucible, there we go. We got a bunch of other stuff just given to us. Oh, and another bucket of water. And that was nice of them. Also, there's a bunch of moss underneath here. Very nice. So there's our unlimited water source. Let's go ahead and step our game up and start producing lava already. I mean, we are progressing incredibly fast, or at least it feels incredibly fast to me. Crucibles are going to go directly on top of the heat source. And I don't know if torches or the actual fire is the best heat source, but we should be able to take a look at these crucibles, by the way, and determine a heat source. Also, this is a good time to probably make a pickaxe and actually see what my blueprint package gives me. Hey, look at that, a pickaxe blueprint. Now, silent tools can be a little bit confusing sometimes, but if you're really wondering like how to use this, you hit U on it to be able to pull up how to actually craft the pick. In this example pickaxe, we're going to have a rod, which we have the ability to make the rod in the same way. We determine the items for the rod, and then we set the items that we actually want to use for the pickaxe head, in this case, to make a cobblestone pickaxe. I mean, we need to make the rod first, and the rod is going to involve wood. So now we have the rod part, and then we put the pickaxe in here. And if we want to actually craft a regular pickaxe that's cobblestone with a wooden tool rod, we put the cobblestone in there, and bam, there we go. We have ourselves a stone pickaxe. This is a tool we get to keep with us for a while. Like, it's going to be upgradable and everything. We can change it out. Everything we need to do, all doable. And all of these are easily repairable too, which is another nice thing. So we light this on fire. Okay, and it says rate at a 5 times. And then we just right click cobblestone into here to maximize the cobblestone. And voila, we let this sit. It's going to generate lava. And you know what? I'm actually kind of confused here, because we are going into the porcelain buckets and it like had us do this, but like it's really easy to get iron. So like, yeah, we could have just made an iron bucket right off the start. Don't look at me like that. I'm just following the quest line, all right? Also, we ended up getting ourselves a panda. What kind of, are we in a jungle biome? Oh my goodness, we are. We're in a jungle biome. Well, you know what? Since this is Steve's Staycation Island, your name is now Steve. And I hope you're ready to mine. I'm going to put you to work. You better be yearning for it. Yeah. And look at that. Man, this was actually really fast. Okay, so perfect. We now have a bucket of lava, and we need to use this to make a stone generator. And it looks like we can use either or. So I'm thinking maybe we can combine both of these, maybe have the water inside the porcelain bucket, and we have our lava in this bucket. I mean, I'm assuming also the porcelain can probably pick up the lava. It looks like it can. Now we already have access to a cobblestone generator. Yeah, I'm not even kidding. Look at there. Stone generator ready to go. We just need another bucket of lava and another bucket of water. And it shows in the quest here to place these in world. So we're going to have them in world. And it looks like it does push to an inventory above. And yeah, like it recommends, a functional storage drawer wouldn't be a bad idea. I mean, just a very simple functional storage drawer. And we can set this really anywhere. I mean, we have the chance for things to probably catch on fire. So you know what? For right now, I'm going to place it right here in the world. Why not? We're going to have the stone generator that's going to go right here. We'll place this next to it. And then we just need to put water and another bucket of lava right on both sides. And that should start generating. At least I hope so. Right? Look at that. Oh, it's quite quick, actually. And already in our world, we have automated cobblestone. Yeah, this is powerful. And that's because from this point forward, we just simply need to pull out the cobblestone, like when it reaches a stack. And by the time we get done with the operations and processes that this is going to have us do, yeah, we're going to be very well off. Yeah. Like all of these blocks getting placed in and then using our compressed hammer on it, We get all of that gravel and then use the gravel to then, you know, work over here. This is going to get us all of our starting resources pretty darn quick. It's going to allow us to hopefully upgrade our meshes very soon. Oh, and by the way, I don't know if this is going to stay in here or not, but yeah, you can definitely use a macro on this too. I mean, honestly, is it a big deal? I've never find this to be honestly that big of a deal. It's in just about every Skyblock pack I've played, having the ability to quite literally do this. It does feel really cheesy though. Yeah, well, it is what it is. Honestly, if it's going to get me into automating things faster, I am perfectly fine with that. Like, that's all I want to do anyways. I don't want to sit here and just stare at these pixels all day. That's not fun. So you know what? Hoorah for allowing this to be in the pack. And if it gets changed in the future, well, sad face. Things always get changed after I play the mod pack. This is how it is sometimes. But now, can you believe we're already almost done with chapter 1? Like, I can't believe that. Like, this has been very, very quick to get started, which I think is a good thing. I think this is really good. Now, it wants us to lead into making our first bit of power using a magmatic generator. This is going to require redstone. To be able to get redstone, it looks like we get that from sieving dust. That is one of the primary ways of getting it, and or red sand, which we're not going to have red sand just yet. So we need to start working towards getting dust. That is going to be pretty good. Can we get it from string? We can, including blaze powder and all kinds of other cool stuff. Oh, and also bone meal. Yeah, all of this stuff is really, really nice to get a hold of. And then, like, we should be able to automate, like, very easily with the cobblestone generator and the lava. We should be able to use these crucibles to very easily set up a very simple early game infinite power source with that generator. I mean, so long as we can craft up some pipes from the pipe mod, which seemed very reasonable, and fluid pipes, yeah, we're good. We just need iron. And as of right now, I am getting iron worked up, but I think I might want to invest a little bit of my iron getting started into a process that allows us to make more from our iron ore. I mean, we still need redstone first. So let's get to dust generating. And out of 9 stacks of dust inside of the basic mesh, yeah, we only got 20 redstone, but that is going to improve once we get better iron production. So by the way, over here on the tips and tricks page, we do have some stuff we could get rewards from. Okay, I got an iron ore hammer, interesting. And then over here, oh, we just got a singular log, nice. Oh, and you also get access to every single vanilla sapling. Well, yeah, this is every vanilla sapling in this version. Oh, and nice, you get access to basically every vanilla sapling except for the propagule, which is mangrove trees, unfortunately. It is kind of nice that we got this ore hammer. This is going to allow us to get a bit more out of our ore kind of early on, but really what we want to do is we want to go ahead and push into the squeezer, because then we end up getting a chance to get a 75% chance to get a bonus, and we get an output of 2, and then those can be combined with the hammer to get us even more. But here we go again, getting carried away. We're not going to worry about ore processing or anything just yet. We really just need to get this power set up, and then we can start having a bit more fun. Let's go ahead and make our magmatic generator. I kind of want to see the interface for this. So that is the end section here. It is missing a few other dependencies. I think like crushed blackstone possibly. I'm not sure actually what it's missing to unlock this. Maybe we need the iron upgrade here to be able to get an iron furnace. I mean, don't get me wrong, I do want myself an iron furnace, and we can put some upgrades in here too to use this for power. This should be all easily attainable. Ah, so interesting. It does want us to also make a squeezer before we can complete this. So yeah, I do need to do the squeezer, and then it already talks about the ore hammer, which is going to be made with copper. With the squeezer made and in place, you are going to want a pressure plate to at least get started with this, because the way it works is you step on it, you crush it down, and then it drops the product. And then you step back, and it needs to receive a redstone signal to pop it back up. But it's actually can be kind of automated. And we do have enough redstone to do this. So just to quickly get this set up, I mean, honestly, we don't even have to give it any redstone signals. We could just semi-automate it and make it a whole lot easier so we don't have to step on it ourselves. If we just get ourselves a few armor stands, just like 2 of them, for example, that's why we need that smooth stone, we can actually have the armor stands do the work for us. We just have to get the armor stands in the correct place. So we're going to place an armor stand on there. We go up here, we place ourselves another armor stand, which is going to go right here. And then an armor stand here. Drop this armor stand on that one. and we're almost ready to go. Because what this can do is when it receives a redstone signal, it can fling these into the air. And so you just step on it, they land, and it fully compresses. So yeah, if you just want to stand here and do it this way, it's significantly faster to just let them do the work for you. How nice is that? And yeah, if you set up a little redstone clock, this is basically ready to go infinitely. I mean, it does look like we are getting into ore processing a lot faster than I actually thought we were. I get to take now the actual crushed raw copper, combine that in, and we get even more. Oh boy, this is progressing even faster than I thought. Now we're almost there. So I have my generator down here. We just got to pipe the lava into that. And then up top, on top of the crucibles, we'll just pull in from another stone generator. We'll just pull that into the top with an item pipe. I got to make all of those item pipes, however. And then we also need a factory upgrade. I think it's going to be the best power upgrade for this thing. But a factory upgrade is going to require paper. Let's see, is there an easy way for us to get paper? I mean, this is a pretty decent way, right? And it looks like we can get it from a productive trees sawmill. Like that's really easy. Yeah, this is a very, very simple recipe. And placing that down, and we just throw some logs in there to have that converted, or can we actually put planks in? Okay, so no, it is definitely logs. And oh, it takes a minute. I thought this might have been like the stone cutter where we just like pull out the product. Okay, and it has some upgrades. So this could be used for automation. But look at there. Sawdust. That can be used for all kinds of different stuff, including making the mechanism cardboard box. Yes. So that didn't take too much, and we now have ourselves a factory upgrade, which is pretty cool. It gives us more slots, and the higher tier it goes, the more slots you get. But it now does require power, so we got to get this up and running. So pipes mod, here we go. So just with the regular pipe, and then we just grab some of our actual pipes here, like these are very, very simple to make. Item pipe, and then I need fluid pipes. And we are so close here. So we'll place this on here, run this through the top to make sure all of these get access to the cobblestone. And then it's honestly as simple as having these all set here and piping that directly down into this and making sure we set our extract points. So everywhere we want things to be we extract from there, gets sent into the lava generator, and voila, we are generating power. And I think this said it generates like 160 FE per tick. Yeah, by base, that's not too bad. And then to make it go even faster, we could definitely use a blasting upgrade on here. And that's going to make smelting up materials like this so much quicker. Now inside the config, it's very easy to automate it. We can hold shift to reset and clear all sides. Turn on auto input and output and make sure to set, for example, left as input, right as output. And this will automatically send the finished product into this barrel and will automatically pull things that need to be smelted from this barrel. I think with that, this is a pretty good start, at least on the tech side of things, because we still have mobs to handle. We still have animals that we've got to get, so I can hopefully get myself a backpack pretty soon. I mean, there's a lot of cool things that we can do. And it's going to be really, really fun exploring all of those with you here in the All the Mods tin to the sky. And so if you did enjoy today's episode, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and give this video a huge thumbs up. Also, don't forget to check out the Discord, link down in the description below. I'd really appreciate that. But now, without further ado, it's time for me to thank the amazing supporter of today's episode. And that huge thanks is going to go out to Lucal. Thank you so much for your amazing support and choosing to support my content in one of the best ways possible by just becoming a Discord premium member and supporting me. You absolute boss. I appreciate it very, very much. And allowing this content to continue in the format that I do it in, I do appreciate you very, very much. And thanks to all who have subscribed. I'll see you in the comments. And as always, thanks for watching.